33, we're learning more about a fight at a high school football game in the Upstate. Williamston police say it happened Friday night at Palmetto High School. Authorities say 6 students from at least 3 schools were involved. We're told it happened in the parking lot, which is on the middle school campus. Police are investigating video and talking to witnesses. We reached out to Anderson School District 1 for comment, but have not heard back.
7 News starts now, live with breaking news.
I'm certainly concerned that this happened. The whole time I felt all right.
You just heard from a University of South Carolina student as we follow breaking news tonight after an active shooter scare sent shockwaves across campus this evening. Tonight, authorities gave the all clear after sweeping the area, finding no credible threat. 7 News State House reporter Caroline Jaffa has been following the story and has the latest.
Everybody starts scrambling and is like, wait, what? Actually, and checking and seeing it. It's like, oh, no, this is happening. And we all got funneled to essentially the upstairs, found a little backspace, like barricaded ourselves in.
At 6:38, students at the University of South Carolina received a text message saying, quote, active shooter at Thomas Cooper Library on Columbia campus. At 6:48, an alert described the subject as a 6-foot white male wearing black pants.
We could not find an active shooter. We did find people who said they heard something that could have been gunshots. We didn't find any shell casings. The building was evacuated. Students were told to leave everything.
At 8:22 p.m., a gurney was brought onto campus. USC PD says a couple people suffered minor injuries during the evacuation, but they don't know their conditions.
People that had minor injuries from the evacuation because everybody left the library in a quick manner.
USC PD also said similar incidents have been reported at other universities across the country.
We also have received some reports that there have been some other hoaxes at universities, swatting type calls this week, and there was actually one, I think, in Virginia tonight with a similar scenario where there was gunshots, the sound of gunshots in the phone call to the dispatch center.
USC PD added that there has been some false information that has been circulating online.
We understand that there's things circulating on social media that people have been shot, and I think one even said someone has been killed. Those are all false. We have no corroboration that there was actually an active shooting.
As of 8:06, students received an all-clear message saying there is no ongoing emergency. The library, however, remains closed. In Columbia, I'm Caroline Jaffa.
And several agencies helped respond tonight, including SLED, the FBI, and other local departments. Nicole, thank you. Well, authorities in Anderson County are searching for a missing person after an unoccupied boat was found in Sadler's Creek. Anderson County deputies say they received a call around 5:30 this evening. The Marine unit was called in after a vessel was found circling in the water. The South Carolina Department of Natural Resources is also investigating. A 7 News update. Crews say 2 firefighters are okay after a collision last weekend. It happened last Sunday on Highway 9 in northern Greenville County, while 2 were responding to a medical call. According to the Glassy Mountain Fire Department, both are recovering, with one expected to return to work this week. We're told the other crew member underwent hip surgery on Tuesday and is still in the hospital. It's still unclear what led to that crash.
Fire crews in Anderson County are investigating after a Hooters restaurant was destroyed by a fire early this morning. 7 News' Simone Jameson is at the scene with a closer look.
The Hooters here behind me on Interstate Boulevard in Anderson County is now reduced to rubble after officials say a fire broke out here around 4:30 a.m. Monday. I'm told it was among the largest fires crews here had fought in a while. Anderson County Fire Chief Jimmy Sutherland says an official with Highway Patrol spotted the massive fire and alerted his department. No one was inside. Sutherland says when his first set of crews got to the Hooters Monday morning, they were met with heavy flames coming from the roof of the building. Sutherland tells me around 45 firefighters from 3 different stations worked for more than 30 minutes to extinguish the blaze. Sutherland says crews responded to an electrical fire on the back side of the building around 10:30 the night before.
One of the signs had an electrical short in it, and they eliminated the wire going to it, and everything was good. And like I say again, but the way they talk, they've been having some electrical issues, what we can gather.
Chief Sutherland tells me it's too early to say what exactly led up to the fire. He says his crews plan to spend the entire day or longer investigating. In Anderson County, Simone Jameson, 7 News.
A massive fire broke out around noon on Saturday in Orangeburg County, forcing officials to call in additional support from across the state. 7 News' Scarlett Lizjak spoke with firefighters from the Upstate who were called in to respond.
Firefighters from across South Carolina, including here in the Upstate, were called to Orangeburg County to help put out a massive fire. Around noon Saturday, a huge fire erupted at Don's car crushing outside of Holly Hill in Orangeburg County, sending a plume of smoke into the sky. As a large pile of metal car debris caught on fire, the fire quickly grew out of control, prompting local officials to call for help from departments statewide.
Firefighter mobilization is a statewide emergency response system that's really designed to coordinate and deploy in-state fire and rescue resources during large-scale emergencies. That could be natural disasters, it could be large fires.
Departments from across the Midlands, Low Country, and the Upstate rushed to help. Abbeville County Fire Service was one of those departments. They said they got the call around 4:30 Saturday afternoon.
Our folks just being Abbeville County people, they are always eager to serve, and so they started organizing real quick, and we got a truck on the road within the hour.
Fire officials say Orangeburg County requested ladder trucks, fire engines, and water tankers to battle the blaze.
100+ foot pile of car parts where they had, began crushing them. And so, understanding as the fire had started there, it had grown very large, it had overwhelmed local resources. And so they went for a statewide request. The initial call that came to us, they were asking for 10 tankers because there's no fire hydrants in that area.
Thanks to the collaborative effort, the fire was extinguished Sunday morning.
This is a small way for us to pay it forward and to be there for someone else who is in need. Then absolutely, Abbeville County is going to go every time. I've been state fire marshal for almost 8.5 years now, and there has never been a time where we were not able to ultimately fill the request to firefighter mobilization.
In the Upstate, Scarlett Lizjak, 7 News.
And the cause of that fire has not yet been determined. A 7 News update, crews say 2 firefighters are okay after.
From meteorology to seismology, we actually recorded 7 earthquakes in Greenwood County today. I'll turn it back over to Kelsey for more on that.
Yeah, Nicole, that cluster shook residents in Greenwood County, as you mentioned, overnight. 7 News' Scarlett Lizjak has a reaction from one man who felt those tremors.
Residents in this rural part of Greenwood County tell me they were startled when they felt the ground shake. Saturday morning, Greenwood County got a wake-up call from Mother Nature. 7 earthquakes struck the area between midnight and 4 a.m. The quakes ranged in magnitude from 1.5 to 3.0. The strongest, a 2.9 and 3.0, struck just 6 minutes apart. According to the South Carolina Department of Emergency Management, these low-level shakes might have jostled unsecure furniture or objects, but no significant damage is expected. Dale King, a local resident who experienced the quakes firsthand, described the startling sensation.
Well, when you have a earthquake like that, first thing, it kind of feels like a large tree fell over. You know how it slams to the ground and that sound it makes? It's kind of like that, but a little louder, I think. And obviously the vibration and the shake, it'll get your attention. You'll sit up out of bed if you're in bed and like, oh geez, what was that?
King says this isn't the first time the ground has shaken in the area. He says residents have grown somewhat accustomed to piecing together what happened.
Well, it's not the first time. You kind of, that time of day, you kind of know that nobody's cutting trees, obviously. So there's no storm or anything. So you kind of, we've learned what it is. There's nothing to do. Get up the next morning, look at Facebook and follow everything that people are saying.
King says this time the quakes were felt further away.
This time I think they noticed it all the way over to Cross Hill, which is probably 10 miles away, just guessing.
If you felt the quakes, the USGS encourages you to report it on their website to help track seismic patterns. In Greenwood County, Scarlett Lizjak, 7 News.